Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Blindly Plays Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. Today, why the merger? Are you ready to tell me the truth now? Honestly, I never wanted to pursue the merger in the first place. But I had no choice if I wanted to protect my darling little Jinxie. Protect her from what? I received a threat. It said either I go through with the merger or my Jinxie dies. What? How awful! Who would do such a thing? I don't know, but whoever blackmailed me must be connected to the murder. Wait, so you think the blackmailer and the killer could be one and the same? I mean, if not one and the same, definitely working together. Alderman Kyubi was immensely popular, so you have to ask, who would want him dead? A stalking fan who's very obsessed for some reason and thinks that if he can't have him, no one can. Someone jealous of his stuff. You. I mean, look at that helmet. The blackmailer who wanted the merger at all costs had all the motive in the world. But why go from blackmail to murder? The merger protests won't disappear just because the alderman was dead. Huh, could it be? What if there was another reason for the murder? Like what? Maybe the blackmailer discovered Alderman Kyubi's secret identity. And his secret identity was a threat to the blackmailer's merger scheme. What does secret identity have to do with anything, Apollo? I have evidence revealing the Alderman's secret identity. Maybe it's time to use it. Because apparently everyone else is stupid. Present mask with his scalp in it. Mayor Tenma, please take a look at this if you would. That's the amazing Nine-Tails mask. What is the meaning of this? This mask was almost definitely at the crime scene, and there was some white hair inside. White hair, you say? There was but one person with white hair in the manor that day. What are you saying? You know which man I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about Rex Kyubi, the amazing Nine-Tails himself. No way! Oh my god, Athena. The Alderman was you didn't know? Wait, come to think of it, Alderman Kyubi was a former pro wrestler. Was the blackmailer turned killer when he discovered the Alderman's secret? So the blackmailer turned killer. Why would he kill him for that though? Also, my god, it's actually not that hot out today. I think it's like low 80s, but I just did some yard work. It wasn't that hard, but I am drenched in sweat. Like my headset is sliding off of my ears due to how sweaty they are. That is disgusting, you're right. It's actually only 78 out. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm dying. Maybe it's Maybelline. Who knows? My god. How am I gonna do this if it keeps sliding off my fucking head? Well, you could take a break, Chronos. No, there's no break for me. Not in this life. Okay, one second. Alright, yeah, apparently I just didn't notice how sweaty my head was before I started recording. Well, anyways, didn't I just say that? But yeah, the amazing wait, what? So blackmail, yeah. But yeah, the amazing Nine-Tails was a threat to the blackmail scheme. He opposed the merger and as a result, single-handedly sparked the monster craze. He didn't though. What was the mask doing at the crime scene? There had to have been an event at the manor. There had been, okay. And maybe Alderman Kyubi had taken part in it, if you get my drift. This is absurd! Mr. Mayor, do you have proof of the threat that was made against you? Yes, a blackmail letter. Unfortunately, it disappeared after the murder. You just carried it around on you? Why? Why? Put it in the safe! Give it to the police! What the fuck? I've been carrying it around in my briefcase for now, but now it's suddenly disappeared. The blackmailer must have taken it with them after they killed the alderman. Well, at least we've clearly established the killer's motive. But why does he want the merger? Mayor Tenma, the visiting hours are over. It would appear this meeting is adjourned. Apollo! Do you really think that Temitaro that Jinxie saw is the killer? I mean, probably. Okay, so I kind of thought QB Nine-Tailed dude and Tenma were like wrestling each other for an event, but he seems like he didn't know, which is dumb, but at the same time, he seems like he didn't know. So maybe he was Temataru's actor, but still just didn't know? I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Paulo. All I know is that there is no such thing as monsters. Except people. What about the newspaper article? Could the killer have purposely freed Temataru to do their dirty work? Oh, come on. There wasn't any Temataru to release in the first place. But the only suspect the police have right now is the mayor and a yokai. They'll probably be arguing whether there was a yokai involved in the courtroom tomorrow. I already see that look of disbelief on the judge's face. I actually foresee horror on his face, because we're going to convince him that monsters are real. Or at the very least, he's going to think monsters are real when we bring it up. Apollo, are you alright? No, I'm fine. I'll think of something. I'd better, because I can't very well say a flying demon was the killer. At this point, the only thing I know for sure is tomorrow's going to be one doozy of a trial. Hopefully I do better on this one than I did on the last one. I can't believe I fucking got a game over multiple times on the first tutorial trial. My god, did I save? But it doesn't matter. We're going into the next chapter anyways. And I always, even when it says, hey, save complete, my brain's like, hey, are you sure you saved? Yeah? You okay, Athena? You keep, doing hip thrusts and then posing. You've really been angsty ever since we got here. I'm just excited. This is my first real court case after all. Yeah, real ball of excitement she is. I know just what she needs. Athena! Eek! Didn't you ever learn about indoor and outdoor voices? I'm just trying to show you the best way to relieve your pre-trial jitters. By scaring the daylights out of me? No. I find that shouting, "I'm fine!" in a loud voice really relieves the stress. And gets the cops called on you. It's part of my Chords of Steel voice workout, and a must before every trial. You want me to shout? Shout? And let it all out? Here? That's right, here. I'll go first, and then you try. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Alright, I am Athena Cykes, and I'm fine. Huh. I think that actually worked. Yeah, I thought it might help. Always works for me. An old friend of mine was from junior high, and I say it all the time. I see. A proven remedy to calm the soul. I like it. Hey, how about we finish off with a race around the courtroom or house? The point is to relieve stress, not get totally exhausted. What's with all the racket, you two? Mr. Wright. Just a little voice workout. Hey, what's with the suit? Oh, this? I was thinking about getting my attorney's badge back, that's all. That's all? That's huge news. But why now? I have a feeling I'll be needed in the courtroom again sometime soon. But we could talk about that another time. How fair, inquiring minds want to know. But wow. I'm homeless. I'm so used to him in his usual laid-back clothes. He never washed those. They weren't originally brown. That suit makes him look like $1 million. By the way, have you heard about the prosecutor assigned to this case? Yeah, he's serving time, but before that, he was a prosecutor. He also uses psychology? That's right. I've heard a rumor about how he was back before his conviction. Using the power of suggestion, he could make even the most stalwart defendants confess. Psychology in the courtroom. Been hearing a lot about that recently. So, he must be a pretty scary guy, considering he's a prison inmate and all. So they say. They also say he'll cut you down if you talk too much. Does he have a whip? Or does he have a sword? Does he have, laser beam mask eyes? Those weren't laser beams, Chronos. Okay, fine. They weren't laser beams. They could have been. He looked like he was, 3 Cyclops in one. I knew he was gonna be bad news. It's probably just hyperbole. At least I hope for your sake. Wait, so is it true or not? Let's just say you should be concise and choose your words carefully. I'm going to press everything until the game tells me otherwise. If you'd like to keep that head of yours attached to the rest of your body, that is, there's police officers in this courtroom, right? If the fucker brings out a sword, they should shoot him. Right? Yikes! Better tone down my cords of steel, too. Are y'all ready? It might be a good idea to check the courtroom record before stepping in the ring. I mean, we haven't got anything new, right? Not since we've already checked them. Right, Mr. Wright. But I'm fine. I'll be watching from the gallery. Good luck. Thanks! Okay, let's do this! The odds of pulling this off are ridiculously low, but that's nothing new. We've had, what, 5 games of this so far? Believe in our client. Seek the truth. That's all we can do. Hang in there, Mayor Tenma. Here comes justice! Courtroom number 4? Oh, no, wait, this was months before the bombing, right? I hope this prosecutor's, like, tied up like Hannibal Lecter. Court is now in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Apollo Justice, defense team lead, is ready, Your Honor. I'd know that big, booming voice anywhere. As chipper as ever, Mr. Justice. But who is this young lady next to you? Did you kidnap her off the streets? I'm Athena Cykes, Mr. Justice's junior partner, and fresh out of law school. Well now, full of beans too, are you? Sorry, getting Xenoblade 3 flashbacks. Excellent. Make a old man feel young again. Now for the prosecution. An invisible prosecutor. That's new. It appears the prosecution's not ready yet. Ha! Never fear, for I shall explain. It's just a minor procedural complication, Your Honor. The prosecutor in this case is being escorted from prison as we speak. Prison? Oh, yes, of course. I almost forgot that he's currently serving time. Pretty sure that would disqualify him from doing this, unless he was defending himself. Which, honestly, how often does that work? Because I feel like I only hear about the ones that just blow up or are just hilariously bad. I don't know. I think we already looked that up before, right? Maybe. Is he tied up like Hannibal Lecter? It doesn't.
No, Prosecutor Blackquill's an inmate.
Okay, YouTube, calm the fuck down with the demonetization, okay? It's anime blood. Actually, that's anime ketchup.
But even a convicted murderer still got a job to do and duties to perform.
That is not true. That is factually false. So we're just going full fucking anime, huh? We got Apollo changing his personality with a jacket, bandaged all up. Got a talking widget. You get this guy. Who's that with his back to us over there? That's him. I'm sure of it. I mean, he was just fucking brought in here. Prosecutor Blackquill. Is the prosecution ready? Huh. Oh, it's a feather. I thought it was a cat tail. Not like a cat's tail, but one of those plants. That's a worldwide thing, right? Yeah. Enough jabbering. Get on with it already. Of course, forgive me. Why are all the people related to this case so scary? Very well, Prosecutor Blackquill. Your opening statement, if you please. Ah! What's the matter? Must we continue to fritter away time like this? It's all right there. Is it all right there in the... It's all right there in the indictment. There we go. An opening statement would be pointless. Pointless? Oh, well... It looks like the cat, or the case, in this case, the prosecutor has the judge's tongue. But we need an opening statement as an overview of the case at hand. Well then, Your Honor, or your baldness. Oh, wow. It is, if it's so very important, why don't you do the honors? Who? Me? There's a term for people who whine and fuss about how they need silly, useless things. They're called Blackquill, and then they decide they no longer want them once it's theirs. A selfish old fool. Huh? Wait, was that the prosecutor's statement? Old daughters, I guess, such as yourself, are a plague upon the youth. Alright, one second. 28. Okay, that's still young. I wouldn't call you a youth, though. I pity your poor grandchildren. Or is it great-grandchildren? You know, Judge, you can hold them in contempt of court. All these years, I thought the opening statement was the prosecutor's job. But I suppose I could give it a try. It might be a nice change of pace. What? You actually fell for that? I don't think the power of suggestion Mr. Wright was talking about. No, the judge is just an idiot. The opening statement. Let's see here. The victim was one Rex Cubey, an alderman of Nine Tails Vale, and the defendant, Damien Tenma, mayor of Tenma-town, is accused of his murder. And why, pray tell, was the mayor arrested? His prints were on the murder weapon. Plus, he had a motive. The elimination of the biggest roadblock to the municipal merger. Not murder. Technically, that happened. The caretaker and secretary, other potential suspects, both have alibis. And his daughter, who was also in the vicinity at the time of the incident, has no motive, except for being completely out of her fucking mind. So, in a nutshell, I have to say the charges against the defendant are incontrovertible. There we go! Elementary English! Bravo, your baldness. 4 years of experience shine bright. Your years of experience shine bright like your head. Maybe I had heat stroke in the 78-degree weather. Oh, flattery will get you everywhere. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He's playing Simon Says with the judge. I guess. Moving right along, let's hear from our first witness for today, Detective Fulbright. Witness, please state your name and occupation. I'm the detective assigned to the case. Bobby Fulbright! Oh my god, it's Bobby! And I'll also be keeping tabs on old Blackquill here. I've also heard you provide protection if it ever came to that. It would seem that I have been sorely underestimated. Wait, who's protecting who from what? Still, I truly believe anyone can turn their life around, even old Blackquill. Fulbright, save your platitudes for funerals. Get on with your statement. Haha! That's the spirit! Justice must be swift and true. I see it in your eyes. There is hope for your rehabilitation and return to society. What do you mean? Was it manslaughter? Like, accidental manslaughter? Sure, maybe return to society after rehabilitation, make sure it actually was a fucking accident or something. Was it premeditated? I know trust me, I fucking know those people can go back to fucking society and it bugs me so fucking much. But, like, what do you do? Right? I thought, Japanifornia, wherever we are in this game, had like a very high rate of, you know, not public executions, what's the word I'm looking for? Death sentence? Yeah, death sentence. I guess? Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. What other word am I looking for here? Capital punishment, there we go. That's the word I was looking for. I will never give up on you. Prosecutor Blackquill doesn't seem to intimidate Detective Fulbright. Well, you know what they say, ignorance is bliss. So that's why Detective Fulbright was assigned to Blackquill. He's so oblivious. Now, let's have your first statement, Detective Fulbright. You got it. But first, I'd like to say to the defense that justice will ultimately prevail. Okay, yeah, you're right. I will prevail. About the murder. Alderman Kubi was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall. The fingerprints of the defense, Damien Tenma, were found on the murder weapon. At the time, Alderman Kubi was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested. Mayor Tenma attacked his helpless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab. Graphic. But the sudden pain jolted the victim awake, and he grabbed a nearby statue and struck back. Oh. Oh, this was what was used to bash in his head. Okay. I'm assuming they analyzed the blood on it, right? Alderman Kubi had been slipped some kind of sleep-inducing drug. That's right. The accused was scared because the alderman was a former pro wrestler. So he slipped him a drug to make sure he's out cold and defenseless. Wouldn't want him to hit him with his finisher. Here's the autopsy report to prove it. Cause of death, stabbed with a spear. Estimated time of death around 3:20. Victim had been in a drug-induced slumber. And the victim managed to attack his attacker despite being impaled with a spear. That sounds almost superhuman. Is it even possible? Well, he was a former pro wrestler, after all. I mean, they do some stupid shit, superhuman shit, too, from time to time. I don't know about being impaled. I know Mick Foley got his ear ripped off in the ring. Oh, and then fucking Big Van Vader, Vader Time dude, got his fucking eye, like, dislocated. It, like, popped out of its eye socket, and he popped it back in during the match. Which is insane. If you ever see that, you know, wrestling scripted, just yada, yada, yada. But this fucking match that Vader was in, they were just palm striking the fuck out of each other's faces. Like, like, I know you guys hit each other for realsies, but you usually do hold back a little bit so you don't actually hurt someone too bad. But they're punching the, oh my God. And his eye just popped out and he just pops it back in with his fucking thumb. It wasn't like hanging out. It was bulging out. But man, what other really fucked up things have happened? A lot of fucked up things in wrestling. Owen Hart falling from the rafters. That wasn't exactly wrestling. That was more of a entrance. Oh, the fucking guy that just took a standard bump onto like the middle rope. He was taking like Rey Mysterio's finisher. He fell on the rope and it fucking like snapped his brainstem, I think it was, and he just died there. Like almost, I think it was instantly. It broke his neck or snapped something in his neck that did something to his brain as well, I think, and then he just fucking dropped dead. That was fucked up. Honestly, it's just a routine thing. But yeah, that happens sometimes. Anyways, the spear was probably nothing more than a mosquito bite to him that gave him malaria and killed him instantly. Objection! Not so fast. Don't try to brush it all off by saying the alderman had been a pro wrestler. Do you really expect us to believe he could fight back after being skewered by a spear? Huh. Never heard of the incredible feats of which man is capable of in a pinch, have you? Like the samurai of yore, wrestlers can battle through intense pain. It sharpens their senses. I used to talk about it with a former pro wrestler I met in the clink. I don't know. It still sounds a little far-fetched. What about a mother lifting a car to save her child? Does it now? Then perhaps we should test the theory on you with the edge of my blade. Why would he have a sword? Is this a JRPG prison system? Why would you let him keep his weapon? Oh, they didn't. And so your life is spared because I don't have a sword. Please let those shackles be made of titanium. I don't want to die. Ha-ha! My investigations are as thorough as they are foolproof. Oh, my name isn't Fulbright. I vow to resign immediately if I ever make a false arrest. Dude, I never saw that said Bobby on your thing, and you showed it so many times. The accused Prince were on the weapon, and he's the one without an alibi. Quite decisive evidence, wouldn't you agree, your baldness? The defendant is sounding guiltier by the minute. He has the judge leaning towards a guilty verdict, and the trial's just barely begun. Yeah, it's like every other trial that we've ever had. Like, almost every trial starts with, hey, judge, he's clearly guilty, right? I do say you are right. What's more, a curious rumor about the accused is making the rounds. They say he seeks the merger of for the purpose of freeing Temataro from his imprisonment. Truth be told, I can think of no real reason to show interest in the backwards burg. Perhaps he's a complete nutter and really does seek to release an imaginary demon. Wouldn't be the first fucking time. Though sometimes they just make that shit up to try to get insanity pleas. Which is still not much better than prison, but still. I guess there does come sometimes there's some extra leniencies when it comes to pleading insanity. If you are deemed fit to be able to recover from that, you might get out under supervision, but that's very rare, I think, in terms of like murder. Oh shit, yeah, you're right. You talking to yourself? I'm always talking to myself, but I think we talked about this in a Phoenix Wright, yeah. Increase the counter! We've talked about this in a Phoenix Wright game before, I think, about those, like, teenage girls that fucking lured one of their quote-unquote friends into the woods and stabbed her a bunch of fucking times. Or was it a trunk? But they said they were doing it for the Slender Man. Jesus. Humans suck sometimes. A lot of times. Okay, that's not completely fair. The majority of humans are generally, on average, you know, not great, not super awful. They're just But man, some people out there are just fucking the worst. Either way, he's raving mad more and more, and more capable of murdering the aldermen. The mayor is a strange one, all right. I heard he went on a blood drive, but instead of donating, he tried to make a withdrawal. So fucking stupid. Order! There'll be no gossiping in my court. Your baldness, please take a gander at those charms plastered across his cranium. Oh great, his daughter's gonna get him fucked over. I hear this is meant to keep him safe from possession by the demon Temataro. Then again, perhaps he's already under the demon's spell. Behold, the lunatic appears poised to lunge at you at any moment. Hold it! The rumors and quirks of Mayor Tema have no relevance to this case. Besides, those charms are on his head. They're just a fashion statement. A very bad one, I think. Come to think of it, such things don't seem relevant to the case, do they? You're goddamn right. The prosecution will refrain from dragging our client's reputation through the mud. Oh, what a dreadful fearsome lass we have here. Thanks for the lifeline, Athena. Careful, Apollo. He has the judge dancing in the palm of his hands. The power of suggestion is one of the more powerful tools in Simon Blackwell's arsenal. I don't know how any of that is the power of suggestion. I think he's just talking shit. And the judge is an idiot. He's like every other prosecutor so far. Literally every other prosecutor does the same exact thing. They just start talking shit and the judge is like, I have no reason to agree with you, but I do. He's trying to manipulate everyone's impression to suit his objectives. This guy's really is bad news. I mean, he is a murderer. In any case, it seems the victim did manage to defend himself, despite being impaled. What sort of weapon did he use against his attacker? None of this statue right here. It appears to be a statue of two strange creatures locked in combat. Battle. Doesn't say combat at all there, Chronos, I know. Two yokais, to be exact. On one side is the nine-tailed fox, and on the other Tenmataru. Quite interesting if you think about it. It's as though this very case was rendered in art. Okay, so no prints on it. Could be listed. The mayor's blood was found on it. So it is the mayor's blood, so we know that for a fact. Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination. How about the murder? Alright, let's press the living bejesus out of you and see if we can actually get away with it. From the way they were talking, it makes it sound like... It makes it sound like that Blackquill's probably going to stop us from doing that, but we'll see. So these weapons on the wall, the fox hammer, I presume those are real? Don't you think keeping real weapons around like that is rather dangerous? No matter what he collected, the alderman insisted it would be the real deal. For instance, he had a real demon's club in his possession. How? What do you mean, a real demon's club? Is it like a so-called demon's club? And he just... Okay. Apparently, one of his ancestors claimed it after defeating a demon in battle. What? That's gotta be an old wives' tale. Ha-ha! The old man had pure, unadulterated justice flowing through his veins. Whatever he did it right. He did it right. We've lost the real champion of justice in his death. Nothing but claptrap and balderdash if you ask me. Now stop your bleating and tell us about the weapon. Your wish is my command. Bleeding.
Hold it!
Bleeder. That's a sheep, right? From, at least I think I looked that up in Witcher 3. Doesn't make sense. If you think about it, prints can be easily wiped off. Huh, you do have a point there. I'd venture to say he did not wipe off the prints because he could not. What do you mean? Looks like he wants you to figure it out. Well, don't just stand there, show him who's boss. I'm totally lost, so why don't you just tell me the answer already? You're saying he was knocked out from the attack, right? I don't think he saw that plea for help. You're feeling alright, kid? Running a fever, perhaps? I wish trials came with a reset button. This one does. Well, the specifics may yet come to light. Please proceed, Detective Fulbright. Yeah, but wasn't Tenma also drugged? I thought they said that. Come to think, a coffee cup was found on the floor. Was the sedative in his coffee? Was the sedative in his coffee? Bingo! We found traces of sleeping agent all over the inside of the cup. And that is why he was out cold. That is until he leapt to his feet upon being impaled by the mayor. What an awful way to wake up. I mean, yeah, now that would be pretty bad. A rather stimulating eye-opener, if you ask me. I too would have risen to an attack for to die in battle as the samurai way. Paradise awaits fallen heroes, but the hole in his stomach would make eating a challenge. Is that a joke? Prosecutor Blackquill, please. Those morbid jokes of yours have no place in the court. Says the jester and detective's guys. Moving right along. I'm just going to ignore that. Tenma said he was unconscious, right? From sleeping agent. Did we get any evidence saying that? I don't think we did.
Hold it!
So the alderman was drugged because he was really strong? Did you see those rock-hard muscles of him? The chiseled abs? The throbbing calves? I'm surprised the spare even managed to pass the armor-like muscular structure. Sure, muscular, whatever. I admit, I'm completely jealous of that righteous body of his. You want some steroids? We'll give you a 3-hour workout a day and some roids, you'll be probably good. I don't really know, to be quite honest. Well, he did look pretty buff, even in that suit he had on. What a difference when compared with a yellow belly like you. Yellow belly? Who even says that anymore? Yeah, and the color is all wrong, too. You're red. I know, how about a squishy red potato? Tomato, not potato. I moved to strike both of your comments from the record. Mr. Justice's character is not the issue here. Now, let's get back to what happened after the far more muscular alderman was impaled. Yes, well, your average person would likely have died on the spot. I mean, maybe? I don't know.
Hold it!
If it hit his heart, probably would have killed him almost instantly. Well, yeah. If it stopped his heart immediately, probably would just fucking, yeah. Did he bleed out? What is this, the picture? Oh no, that's in his stomach. So yeah, he would have been able to, I mean, it would have hurt like a motherfucker. It doesn't look like it went all the way through him, so I don't think it would have hit his spine. But yeah, that looks like that probably would have hurt like a motherfucker. Could he really have attacked his attacker after being impaled with such a huge spear? When you say impaled, doesn't that usually mean it goes all the way through? Absolutely. After all, he was once a pro wrestler. The injustice of being drugged, then speared was answered with a righteous counterattack. But does being a former pro wrestler make him superhuman? Absolutely. Have you seen John Cena? After all, he was one of the good guys, like a superhero on the side of justice, except for that one time he turned heel. Even though he was retired, he could still don his superhero guise in times of need.
Objection!
You need to lay off the comic books, detective. We're talking about real life here. Setting aside the half-wit's flights of fancy, the fact is this. The court order post-mortem concluded the victim moved after his skewering. So he found the strength somehow to attack his attacker, huh? I think the Fulbright's testimony sounds airtight. I wonder... no wonder he's so confident. No, he only thinks it's airtight. It's up to us to poke some holes in it. Like the alderman. That part about the alderman fighting back sounds like a big hole waiting to be poked. He's not wearing gloves, right? Yeah, so... He's not wearing gloves. No prints. Present.
Objection!
Did the alderman really strike the mayor? What? Are you questioning my sense of justice? Your so-called justice needs to find itself a pair of legs to stand on. You claim the alderman struck back at the mayor after the mayor put a spear through him, but the statue he supposedly used to defend himself creates a major hole in your theory. It would appear that defense has a counter-argument. Very well, let's hear what the defense thinks is odd about the detective statue. There's no fingerprints. There are no fingerprints on this supposedly crucial piece of evidence, and if you look at the crime scene photo, you'll notice that the alderman isn't wearing gloves. Yes, I do believe he is quite gloveless indeed. If he touched the statue with his bare hands, he should have left some fingerprints of something. Detective Fulbright, you did take that into account during your investigation, didn't you? Or are you a complete fucking idiot? Ah, this can't be happening! Did I arrest the wrong men? I mean... Okay, that doesn't prove that Tenma didn't stab him. It just proves that the mayor didn't... it just proves the mayor didn't attack him. You did it, Apollo! You knocked Detective Fulbright off his high horse! Well, it's just 1 point in our favor. Did he somehow club the mayor if it wasn't the alderman? Huh. Well, it wasn't the alderman. I mean, someone else must have clubbed the mayor. You mean there was a third party in the Fox Tamer? Exactly. And this could be a big break if the big break we've been looking for. There does seem to be a hole in the prosecution's argument. Prosecutor Blackquill, would you care to respond to the defense's assertion? Huh. The least you could do is look at me while... you can at least look at me while we do this, while being dismissive. Your mind is as dull as an unhoned blade, Justice Dono. Oh my god, this guy's a giant fucking weeb! Justice Dono? He's been watching too many samurai flicks. It'll take far more than that to cut down Simon Blackquill. A whelp such as you has no hope against my superior swordsmanship. I mean, probably. I'm not trained in swordsman. Like, yeah, I'm not. This is a trial, not a swords fight, prosecuting Blackquill. Huh. This is a perfectly good explanation for the lack of prints on the statue. You might recall the blood-stained cloth found on the scene of the crime. It just so happens that the blood here was the mayor's. So, what are you getting at? Hone your mind, boy. Why was there blood on the cloth? Because he was sitting on it. Or it's his cloth. Solve the riddle and you shall see that the hole you thought you found is but an illusion. I don't know. Like, the cloth has blood on it because it was on the seat. I mean, I'm assuming it's either to wrap the statue or to wipe blood up, right? Because I can see if it was wrapped in the like around the statue's base and the alderman picked it up from the cloth part and bashed him on the head, there would be no prints. But how the fuck would it be on under the chair? Either way, how would this be under the chair? To wipe up blood, I guess. Maybe the cloth was used to wipe up as much of the mayor's blood as possible? In the process, the color inadvertently erased the alderman's fingerprints from it?
Objection!
But the mayor did not bother to wipe away his own fingerprints from the murder weapon. Why would he wipe down one weapon but not the other? Careful now. Use what little brains you have left before you speak. Give me a do-over on that one, please. Okay, wrap. Maybe the alderman wrapped the statue in the cloth. In short, he wasn't touching the statue directly when he used it as strike back at the mayor. Ah! Precisely. Bully for you. Bully for you, good boy! Ah, that was nothing. Apollo, don't let us start manipulating you too. You just closed the hole over the prosecution. I did. Ah, I did. Right. That statue wrapped in cloth would leave no fingerprints is as plain as day. What do you mean, though? It was under the chair. It was under the chair. How would it be wrapped in the cloth if it was under the chair? But this also proves that there's no holes in our theory of the alderman striking back. Oops. Ah, no, there is. It was under the chair. How the fuck could it get there if it was wrapped? Now do you see how dull your mind is? I'll make sure to sharpen it next time. A particularly frightening inmate once told me this. Oh, you're gonna say what just popped into your head, Chronos? No! Okay, it was a very dark joke. He always tenderly honed his blades before he went to work, like the samurai of yours. Samurai? Sounds more like a homicidal maniac to me. Actually, he was working in the prison kitchen at the time. Wait, so this inmate was a murdering samurai prison chef? Where is this prison? What is this prison? It would seem the victim and his killer were the only ones there after all. I was kind of attached to that hole. Now what? What a phrase. You can use it for a lot of things. Apollo, I just thought of something. If they didn't find anyone's fingerprints on the statue, who's to say someone other than the alderman didn't hit the mayor with it? Why didn't I think of that? Because we're an idiot. Anybody could have not left prints on it. Huh. Then who, pray tell, struck the mayor with the statue? Please illuminate us with your wisdom, young lady. Crap, there's only one answer. The real killer. Prove the existence of this real killer, then. What evidence do you have? I'll give you evidence, all right. In the form of a knife. Athena, are you sure about this? To borrow your word, Apollo? No. But also, I'm fine. Take a look at this. It's fucking underneath Okay, the black feathers and tracks, sure. It's underneath the chair, though. How could a statue wrapped in a cloth be used as a weapon and then have the statue land next to the mayor on the chair and and then the cloth somehow get under the tipped over chair, which I'm assuming tipped over when he leaped up to attack? Black feathers and tracks allegedly from the yokai were found in the scene. I believe they're the third party who struck the mayor with that statue. Is the fence actually suggesting some sort of monster killed the alderman? That's exactly what I'm suggesting. I took a lot of drugs this morning. No, Athena, you just lost what little credibility we had left. Ah! Sorry, I get carried away. Mr. Justice, we've no time to deal with objections between members of the defense. Yeah, sorry, Your Honor. It's just that this kid's still, well, a kid. Ouch! You meanie! I'm reporting this to Mr. Wright! So, is this court to believe the feathers and the tracks are from a yokai, as you put it? No, Your Honor. I believe they are fabrication. The real killer wants us to believe some sort of monster murdered the alderman. Interesting. And why do you suppose the killer would do that? I don't know. Why indeed? Mr. Justice, you seem as new as this as your partner is. Ouch. You meanie! I'm reporting this to Mr. Justice. Oh, this I'm not reporting to Mr. Justice. Hoy, Fulbright. Explain to his baldness what these brats are missing. You know, the who and why behind those feathers and tracks. What? You mean you can explain all this? Ha-ha! Our investigator prowess is without equal. I'm starting to think I chose the wrong profession. Yeah, me too, actually, Apollo. Very well. Let's hear what these so-called yokai feathers and tracks. Witness testimony. Next time. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next episode. Have a great day. Bye.